If you come across your chicken looking like this, lying on the ground and jerking her body, you might be somewhat alarmed, but don't panic. It might look odd, but she's perfectly well. In fact, she's just taking a bath. That's right, taking a bath in the dirt. It's called dust bathing. In a typical dust bathing session, your chicken will start by scratching or pecking at an area of smooth, dusty dirt, then lift up her feathers and lie down in it. She will lie on her side and scratch at the dirt with one leg, tossing the dirt up, which then falls back on her body. She will lie on her front, poking the dirt with her beak, and flap her wings up and down, getting the dust and dirt right down into the base of her feathers. Then she will rub her head against the ground and roll around in the loose dirt. After a while, she'll probably just lie still for a few minutes and then start again with the flapping and scratching and rolling. This can go on for up to 20 minutes, alternately scratching up more dirt and lying or rubbing in it. Finally, when she feels like she's had enough, she will stand up and shake herself vigorously, sending a cloud of dust and dirt out of her feathers, and then move off to preen herself or to other chicken activities. It might seem like an odd thing to do because we see other birds bathing in clean water, but it's not just an oddity of chickens. The wild ancestors of domestic chickens, the jungle fowl, are known to dust bathe too. Quails dust bathe, as do emus and ostriches and the New Zealand kiwi. Sparrows and wrens will often bathe in water and then follow up with a dust bathe afterwards. But gallinaceous birds, that's a group of ground-loving birds that includes pheasants, turkeys, grouse, quail, and of course chickens, only ever dust bathe, never in water. Although chickens do end up in the darndest places sometimes. Baby chicks will dust bathe too, without needing to be taught by their mothers or seeing other chickens do it. Starting from about 2 weeks old, baby chicks just have an inbuilt urge to fluff around in soft, loose dirt. By the time they are a month old, little chicks dust bathe as often as adult chickens. And on average, that's about once every 2 days. If for some reason chickens can't take a dust bath, they will be more likely to do it as soon as they do get a chance. But in the normal course of events, they tend to dust bathe in the middle of the day when the sun is high, rather than at morning or evening. And they definitely prefer to dust bathe when the weather is warm, rather than whether it's cold. Oh yes, and if they see other chickens dust bathing, they seem to catch the idea and want to dust bathe too. Like preening, it might be a social kind of thing for chickens. But although this idea of communal dust bathing chickens is widely believed, recent studies suggest that it might be just that dust bathing puts the chicken in such a vulnerable position that they tend not to do it when they feel insecure. So if they see other chickens dust bathing, they recognise that those chickens feel secure and are safe, so they can relax too. There are all sorts of theories about why chickens and other birds dust bathe. It's clearly a very important part of keeping their feathers healthy and in good condition. Possibly the physical movement of the dirt particles between the feathers dislodges parasites, which are then shaken out with the dirt. That seems logical, but there's actually not much evidence to prove it. Another theory is that the dust removes stale fats and oils from the feathers, which might be another way that dust bathing controls parasites, since these little pests often feed on these fats. But so far there is no convincing evidence for parasite control at all. However, dust bathing certainly does remove excess lipids from the feathers, and it does help maintain the feathers in healthy condition for good insulation. Certainly the amount of time and effort birds put into bathing and dusting indicates how important it is to them to keep their feathers in good functional condition. We call it dust bathing, but what they bathe in isn't necessarily dust. They will bathe in all sorts of materials, such as wood shavings, small pellets, and even feathers, but prefer something finer grained, like soil, sand, or peat. Some chicken owners will provide a dust bath with a mix of dirt and sand with wood ash, herbs, or diatomaceous earth, but just plain dry, sandy or peaty soil is good. Be aware that when wood ash gets wet, the hydrogen from the water molecules combines with the potassium carbonate of the wood ash and forms a strong alkali, potassium hydroxide, commonly known as lye. We don't hear much about lye these days, but it's still used in drain cleaner and oven cleaner. You don't want to get that on your skin, and neither should your chickens. We know a lot about dust bathing in laying hens because there has been a lot of research into the effects of the environment of cage hens who have nowhere to dust bathe. So strong is the urge to dust bathe that battery hens will go through the motions of dust bathing just on the wire floor of their cage, although evidence shows that they find the absence of a suitable bathing material is stressful, and the usual pecking at the soil is replaced by pecking at themselves and other chickens. So if you want happy chickens, you definitely should make sure that they have somewhere to indulge themselves with a dust bathing session. If you let them free range, they will probably choose their own spot with fine loose soil, but it might not be where you would have chosen for them. If you find them dust bathing in your prized garden, then interrupting their enjoyment does seem to be effective in persuading them to dust bathe in something else. If they cannot choose for themselves, then make sure you provide them with a place with fine, dry dirt, sand or peat in a dry and preferably sunny spot, except in really dry, hot weather when they will appreciate some cool, damp earth in the shade. And your chickens will be happy and healthy and clean, not in spite of, but because of, getting all covered in dirt occasionally.